working on. Yeah, it's this one. I just don't like the way that they stick out. If you look at that, they do stick out quite far from the actual sign, and I just don't like that. So I'm going to not do those. All I'm going to do is just, I mean, they are fairly deep, but that's kind of cool in a way. So all I'm going to do is just, once I've painted this, most probably in a deck tan or whatever they call it, that's the colour that I'll most probably end up painting this in, so it's kind of faded. So I think I'll just put some black paint in those, actually, to be fair. I think that would be the better thing to do. I think it'll look better that way. Well, for me anyway. I mean, everybody's different, but for me, I think that would be the best way of doing it, because I just don't like the way that those letters sit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, to be fair. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put him in the bag, and then I'm just going to start on Elmer Fudd, so I shall be back in a second with all the bits for him. And it's been a little bit of time, actually, since I've managed to get a little bit of bench time in. I suppose that's the rigours of trying to find a new job and organising other bits and pieces as well. So it's been about 2 weeks since I've been able to get to the bench and do some work, but I'm back. And we've got quite a bit of work done, actually, to be fair. We made the, well, I say we printed the new barrel for the shotgun. I did drill out the hole a little bit, but I didn't go down anywhere near as far as I did before, which shattered the barrel, but at least it's looking a little bit more realistic than it otherwise would do. We've obviously got the hat together in one piece. The seams have all been putted and whatnot. There was a bit of a gap missing there, so we've had to fill that in, and there's also a few little gaps around there as well that have all been filled in, so that fits on the head properly now. We've got the body as well in one piece now, and that's all been primered, etc., so that's ready to go. The body and the hat, I'm going to be doing those in English uniform. That's about a close match really to what you see on the screen. I've also got the sign painted as well. Well, I say painted, primered should I say, really. And I've also got Elmer Fudd's little base, that's been primered, and also the little base for the sign, that's been primered as well. And I'm going to be doing those in, if I can find it, here it is. It's an approximation, it's not a grass green, but they call it a leaf green, and that's an aqua colour by Revell. I've used these paints before actually, and I like them, so I just thought I'd get that one, which is a leaf colour. It's a rough approximation of what I suppose spring grass would look like, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to be using that on both of those bases, and that should be okay. Bugs Bunny's base, I mean, I haven't really done anything to Bugs Bunny at the moment, but his little base, this is meant to represent a hole that he's dug himself. So yeah, that's going to be painted like an earth brown colour, but I will also put a few flecks of that green leaf on there as well, just to try and replicate a few little green bits on there as well. So the main thing for me at the moment really is to get his body painted in the English uniform brown, as well as the hat. I'm going to do the whole thing really, to be quite honest. This part here needs to be done in a red colour, which will happen. But to be honest, I'm just going to do the whole thing in brown to begin with. I'm not going to try and separate those colours off. Otherwise it's I'm going to be masking for the sheer sake of masking when I know the green's going to when I know the brown, the red's going to cover it. I think what I'm going to do is use some red. Well, I will be using red for that because that's what we need, but I will also put a little bit of brown in with the red as well, just to help sort of darken it down, because the only red that I've got is a very dark red, a very bright red. So a little bit of brown in the bright red paint should tone it down and give it a darker appearance. I just have to add a little drop, stir it in, see if it's what I'm after, and if not, just continue adding a couple of drops at a time until I get to the point where I'm happy with the colour, and then I just need to mask off around and get that sorted out. But yeah, that's about it. This part here also needs to be done actually in the brown. I'm going to have to stick that on something to paint it though, because I'm not going to be able to hold that and paint it at the same time. But yeah, that's about it for the moment. I will come back to you once I've got Elmer Fudd's body and hat painted. So yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, we got a bit more bench time in, and we got some progress on Elmer Fudd, which is kind of cool. Still, well, it should have finished drying by now. That just likes to just fall about all over the place. So we've got the main part of the hat done in the English uniform brown. So that's finished. The only thing that, well, I say it's finished, the English uniform brown part, is we've got this bit here to do in red, and then this bit on this side to do in red as well, and that'll be done. So quite happy with that. I can actually take that off now because that's actually dry. And then if I can get the paintbrush out of the bottom of his foot, we call him peg leg at the moment, and then we've got the body done as well, and again that's all done in the English uniform as well, and that's all nice and dry and looking quite good. We've also got the face done. That's done in a pink. That was I can't remember, 2 different shades of pink I used on that actually to get that colour, and I can't remember what ones they were, but that's looking good. I'm quite happy with the progress on that. We've also got both of his little hands done, and again they're done in the same shade of pink. We've also got both of his boots done. They've been done in burnt umber, and then the little tie thing that goes on the top of the hat, that's been done in the Old English uniform as well, which is good. So that's looking pretty good. I've also used, well, it was a Revell aqua colour, which is leaf green, which is a reasonably good substitute for grass actually, to be fair. It's kind of like a spring grass, I guess. So yeah, like that. That's looking good. And then we've got the sign as well. This isn't actually glued on, but the sign itself was done in buff. I didn't want to do it in mahogany because the gun's done in mahogany, and you know, we don't want too much mahogany going on. The rabbit season, that's just going to be done in black. I'm going to basically really water down some black paint to fill those in, and then again the base that's on has been done in the leaf green as well by Revell, so that stands quite nicely all on its own. That's as far as we got with him at the moment. To be fair, I haven't done anything to Bugs Bunny. I've just been concentrating on Elmer Fudd. Thud, I always say thud, it's Fudd with a F, not a T. But yeah, that's how far we've got with them. I just basically at the moment Valio. I think Valio, that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. Anyway, I've done it with Valio colours. You can put clear lacquer over the top of those, which is what I will be doing. I'll be using the Tamiya flat clear lacquer. I used the semi-gloss lacquer actually on his boots, but the rest of it would just be flat. But I've looked online just to see if it's safe to do so, and it says yes, you can, but you have to wait for at least 24 hours before you can do that. We've also got the gun started, so we got the handle done in the mahogany colour. The only other thing that's left to do really is do the barrel and the trigger guard in a grey colour, which will be a Tamiya colour, to be fair. I'm toying with the idea as to whether to do the gun barrel in gunmetal or not, because I mean in the cartoons it's a kind of medium grey, and so is the trigger guard. So I think, actually, if I'm to be honest, I think I might actually just do it in just a dark grey, just to keep it, you know, just to keep that cartoon look going, actually, to be fair. I think I've just talked myself into doing that, yes. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do those in a dark grey colour. I just need to wait for the mahogany to dry first, properly, before I can go over those in dark grey. So that's going to be about it for the moment, guys. I will come back to you once I've got those last little bits done. And then it'll soon be ready, actually, to put them together, because the only thing I've got, once I've got the barrel done and the trigger guard done, and I've got the red on the hat, I mean, what I'm going to need to do first of all is just give this a coat of the clear lacquer, just to help to protect the paint, because I'm going to need to mask off that area to paint. And then once that's been painted, I'll then give him another quick coat of clear lacquer over the top of it. So I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to need to wait for 24 hours at least before I can do anything else to that. I mean, the rabbit season sign, I can actually do the black to that pretty much well within the next hour or so, because that'll be, it's touch dry now, but give it an hour or so and I'll be able to paint over that. Gun barrel, give that about another hour or so, I reckon, and I should be able to do the grey over that. And then I'll just wait until tomorrow, put clear lacquer over absolutely everything, wait for that to dry, which doesn't take too long actually for the clear lacquer to dry. It'll only take 15-20 minutes for that to dry, but as soon as that's dried, I'll be able to mask off, get those two bits done, and then wait for another 24 hours before I can do anything else, and then put some clear lacquer over the top of that again, and then that'll be done. The only other thing that's left to do is the eyes, the whites of his eyes and his pupils, and then it'll just be on to putting him together, and then I can just go on to Bugs Bunny and get him sorted out, and then we can see the whole lot all together. So yeah, I'll come back to you as soon as I've got some more work done to this little gentleman. Well, it's been a bit of a long time since I've made an update, to be fair. It's life has been a bit manic looking for new work, and also having repeated bladder infections that tend to send you a little bit loopy. Hopefully that might be resolved if I can get in and see the consultant. I think the best thing is to have my prostate gland removed, and that might solve the issue, and then I'll be able to make my tonsils and my prostate in the afterlife. But there you go. Anyway, little Elmer Fudd, he is finished, essentially. I just need to put a little coat over the top of him just to keep him protected, but yeah, it's not looking too bad actually, to be fair, liking the way he's turning out, and he stands up on his own, which is always a bonus. And then we've got the little rabbit season sign, again, that's finished. and that's what it looks like on the back. So yeah, that's both of those are finished. As I said, it's just waiting for a clear coat to be put over those. It's going to be easier for me to clear coat them when they're together than anything else. Little Bugs Bunny. We've got his body in one piece. It just needs a little bit of work doing to it. We've got some seams that need filling in, etc. Sort of like around there and around the back end as well. So it's looking quite good. I've just had to glue his ear back on as well, because that unfortunately I broke that. And then we've also got the middle part of the stand in there. So little Bugsy will kind of sit in his hole like so. That hand will, whoops, a daisy, and that's why his ear keeps breaking off. His hand will fit in there like so, ish, and that's how he will look on the stand. And then he's got that hand there that fits on there. And basically what's going to happen is, I'm looking on some pictures that I've seen that this guy's done. His finger is actually meant to line up with the gun, which it does. So I'm quite happy that I've just done that, to be quite honest. Otherwise that would be a bit of a killer, wouldn't it? So that's how that's set up. And then I suppose that little sign would kind of go in between the two of them, like so. So yeah, quite happy actually with how that's going, to be fair. Bugs Bunny himself shouldn't take too long actually, to be fair. There's not really a great deal to him, to be honest. I mean, you've got the base that needs to be painted sort of like a mud brown. He needs to be done in a light grey and white. Both of his hands need to be done in white. And then I got for some reason I got two sets of whiskers, and I can't remember why I printed out two sets of whiskers. I really can't remember why I did that. It was such a long time ago. Then you've got both of his inner ear parts as well that need to be painted a pinkish colour. Then we've got both of his eyes, and then we've got a little nose, and then we've got his little teeth as well that need to be painted. I think I actually replicated some of these things twice because of how tiny they are, because I think I lost a couple of bits to the wash station by accident, so I think I printed off a few more than I actually needed. I think that's why I've got more than I needed. But yeah, there you go. So next job for me really is just to go around filling in all the holes with Bugs Bunny. On Bugs Bunny, I'm just going to use some perfect plastic putty for that, and that will fill those in quite nicely. And then, as I say, just this front bit here, that needs to be done in white and around his face. And I'm not sure what colour I'm not sure what colour what colours his whiskers need to be quite honest, but I'll soon find out. But yeah, that's going to be about it for the moment, guys. I'll get back to you as soon as I've got some more work done to this wee beastie of mine. Well, I've now got Bugs Bunny in one piece, and time just kind of flew away from me really. Yeah, that's what little Bugs Bunny is looking like. It's not looking too bad. The only thing I need to do now with him is give him a clear coat, the same as Elmer Fudd has had. And then once that's all dried off, I'll be able to show you what they both look like sat next to each other. So I'll be back in, well, I suppose what will be less than a second for you, but at least half an hour to 1 hour for me. Well, we've now got Bugsy and Elmer and the sign finished, so they can go and sit on the shelf now, and they're looking quite good. Hopefully From that angle you can actually see his finger stuck in Elmer's gun barrel. And then we've got the little sign there that's all been painted up and looking quite good. They've both had a couple of clear coats on them. I've used the Tamiya clear flat lacquer on these, to be fair. I think it's the best thing to do with these. I prefer actually the Tamiya lacquer paints now to the acrylic ones. The only thing is, I would advise, if you're using the Vallejo colours, it is recommended that you leave it for 24 hours before you use the Tamiya clear lacquer, because Elmer Fudd was basically, he was completely done with the Vallejo colours. Apart from the green base, that was Revell Aqua grass green or leaf green, something like that, to be fair. Can't quite remember. Bugs Bunny was mainly done with Tamiya colours. He was done with a sky grey, but I did use the Vallejo, however you want to pronounce him, white on him, and also for the ears and the nose, and then the rest of the mud was basically done with the Revell Aqua Dark Earth, and I can't remember the other one, but it's another earth colour. This is basically done them with both, airbrushed, or should I say the second one I just dry brushed over the top just to give it a little bit of a difference. But yeah, they're looking quite good now. Happy with those. They're going to go sit on the shelf with the other Looney Tune characters that we've got so far. Not sure what one of the Looney Tunes characters I will build in next, but I will actually be going back to working on the diorama. I'm currently working on one of the vehicles at the moment. Just give you a quick sneaky preview. There we go. That's enough of a sneaky preview of that. That's all you're getting. You won't see that again until such time the diorama's finished. I just thought I'd give you a cheeky little shot there of what we're working on. But there we go. So yep, that's those finished. On to the next character. Not sure which one it's going to be, to be quite honest. I've got quite a few of them to get through still. But yeah, there you go, that's them. So I will catch you in the next build, whatever one that one's going to be. So until then, thanks for watching, and as always, please do take care.